悪霊退散.
Rage is something that we all experience in one time or another. No one can escape it. And even more so, it seems like it's everywhere when you look at Tekken 8. We've been experiencing Tekken 7 for so long and we were very adept to that game. We knew what to expect, we knew what the characters can and cannot do, and we kind of understood. Tekken 8, all of that understanding and knowing is gone. Even though we're kind of mastering the game, we're still being thrown a lot of curveballs and there's just salt everywhere. Like if you look at Twitter, look at Reddit, even some YouTube channels, maybe the Moonsault Slayer, I don't know. But I want to show you guys a clip that kind of went viral on the Tekken subreddit kind of recently. In this, it shows King J, a content creator that I like. This person is getting real salty in Tekken 8, very salty. But this streamer shows us how to handle it the correct way. Playing Leroy Smith, they get absolutely bodied by Lars. King J is over it, sick of it. This person basically starts saying like, I'm not going to rematch this, I'm one and doneing, it's over. Now in my opinion, I don't think one and doneing is that big of an issue. I do it all the time. I think this game just has so many obnoxious characters and people play so obnoxious, and I'm not going to force myself to play a rematch just because Reddit says so. I don't blame King J for one and doneing, but this is the perfect example of how the correct way to handle rage and frustration.
Alright, cool. Alright, chat, I'm gone, man. I don't mean to one and done him, but there's no point me playing. I'm not in the mood. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good night. This is not it. I think I'm gonna play Street Fighter tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna play this probably until like Friday or something like that. I might even go back to Tekken 7. Like, I might even go back to that.
In the past, if you look at other content creators, you know, people plug, people use hacks, people cheat. The next thing that I want to talk about is the new thing we can add to the list. I mostly know this person for like doing Evo streams, walking around the floor, covering a lot of matches, commentating, and they kind of just got caught up in a little bit of controversy because they handled the rage the wrong way. Where King J simply walked away from the game, this person on the other side of the equation decided to take advantage of the report feature within Tekken 8. Now, you know players have been pushing very hard for that report feature to mean something. Players feel like there's a massive problem with plugging, cheating, etc. So for a streamer of this size to be, one, misusing a report feature, but then two, on stream promoting that kind of like ideology to the followers, meaning it could spread, people didn't like that. The Harang player who caused this level of saltiness, this isn't our first time talking about this person on the channel. You guys may remember when Tekken 8 first came out, there was a pro player called Rick Madrip who plugged in a ranked match against this Harang player, and then they went on Twitter and went on a long rant being very toxic and eventually lost their sponsor. It was something that I found very funny and we all kind of laughed about, but here again, this Harang player is taking another soul, the evil Padawan, the Harang player you do not want to fight on stream. This person put up a really good fight. As you can see, Suyukin is using Eddie and Evil Padawan is using Harang. Both has 2 rounds apiece and the last mix-up pretty much takes it. As you can see in this clip, the winner turns out to be Harang. After the match, they do the right thing. They say, I missed the punish, GG's.
Oh my god, I missed the punish. That's on me. I missed the punish. When he did the panic move, I should have punished it with down forward 1-3. Who's this player?
But then they immediately follow it up with the wrong thing.
Who is this? 61 defense, a fucking chorus. Look at this shit.
Who is this player? Clicks on their profile and is now scoping out like their stats basically. How good are you? Who are you? Why were you able to beat me? Which is not really a bad thing in nature, right? Seeing like you lose to someone, the stats is there to kind of understand what this person's good at. I think they should show the stats before the match, kind of like they did with Tekken 7, so you can kind of like try to form your game plan, but that's a different discussion.
61 defense, look at this shit. All offense, 61 fucking defense at Tekken God Supreme.
On a side note, there was people who were saying like, lol, your defense is really bad. And I don't understand that. To be honest, 61 defense at TGS is pretty crazy. I want to give you guys a little example of why I think stats is kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Yes, it shows your skill, but it doesn't necessarily show like what you can do. What I mean by this, okay, so here's the example. Back when Arslan Ash first showed up in Evo Japan, I think 2018 or 19, we all know he went on a legendary run. He beat so many pro players and was unstoppable. But what's often forgotten is there was one person throughout that whole event who beat him. It was a Kazuya player who was doing 50-50s and was mixing up Arslan Ash. Nee even said himself, the only way to really beat Arslan is to confuse him. His defense is so good, you just have to 50-50 mix him up and then boom. The fact that someone, a Kazuya player, could beat Arslan that way, Arslan's probably a better player if they play the first to 10, but it doesn't matter. You got matched up, that person just understood how to take you out, and they did so. In that moment, Arslan having better defense, having better this, better that doesn't matter because the Kazuya players saw the path to victory and walked down it. The Evil Padawan says, we've reached a new level of Tekken elitism online. Simply being a high rank and winning isn't good enough anymore. All of your stats have to be high now too. Let's continue with the Suyukin clip.
Report regarding battle. Let's see. Other being a mashing scrub. That's what it is. That's what it is. You'll send that report. Send that report. Thank you for your cooperation. I appreciate it.
This is where the key flaw is made. After looking at the defense, bro is just sitting here. This is why I don't want to be a top player, pro player, or whatever, because I would have already been like in the next match by now, but bro is just sitting here frustrated by the 61 defense and then clicks on the report, goes down to report this person and reports them for being a mashing scrub. And it's ironic because Tekken 8 incentivizes the player to mash. Eddie has which this person is playing. This person is playing Eddie, which was designed to be a mix-up, mashing 3-3-3 character, yet they're complaining about a Harang mashing. And then also they said themselves that if I would have blocked that and then punished, I would have won. So not only are you acknowledging why you lost, but you're then saying that the other person is mashing when you were playing a character who was designed to mash. The Evil Padawan is right to go on Twitter and say, I beat Suyukin 2-0, and he reported my profile, then denied it at the end. At the end of the clip, you can see that players was like, come on, bro, why are you reporting?
It doesn't do anything. They're just going to ignore that. They're just going to ignore that because I put other... Am I salty? No, I'm not salty. He just outmashed me for sure. He didn't get reported.
But going back to Suyukin's tweet, it says, I was a fan before this, but this was pathetic. I don't know why you people support these salty streamers. And also tags Harada and Michael Murray. Now, whether or not Suyukin should be banned or something, I think so. I think timed out for like a week. That sounds fair to me. You can't take advantage of the report feature live in front of everyone and go unpunished. If you allow this kind of stuff to go unpunished, other people will do it, and it's another problem that we're dealing with. The report feature also will be filled with false reports, and then that will be a problem in and of itself. I hate to say it. I like Suyukin. I think this person's a good content creator, but you can't do this kind of stuff, and a point needs to be made at that. Now, will it? Probably not. This person is very closely connected to all of like the inner workings of tournaments, commentating, Harada, Michael Murray, so this probably will be lost to the ether, but still I think it's not okay. So you can respond to all of this and says, hey, GG's, Salt was in the air, a fan win, thanks for supporting. Evil Padawan responds and says, you missed the entire point, man. This is about you falsely reporting my profile because you got salty. We don't know what kind of automated systems may be in place at Bandai Namco. Just don't do it again to people. Like I said, I think a slap on the wrist is definitely deserved here, so everyone understands like you can't do that. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, and bye-bye.